Hello and welcome to Talking to Students About Writing Assignments, one of the SLCC Writing Across the College mini videos. These short videos introduce you to important issues relevant to student writing and learning. They simply ask you to think about these issues and consider how you engage with them in your teaching. Nothing more, nothing less. This video provides you with some simple strategies to make sure your students understand what you are asking of them in writing assignments. It can be very frustrating for you, and much more so for your students, to go all the way through an assignment only to find out that they've not done what you asked of them. The obvious solution to this is that students should be asking you questions if they are unsure. Everyone agrees on this, students and faculty alike. In fact, this is one of the 10 statements endorsed by both the faculty and student senates in the document Writing Assignments, What Students and Faculty Should Expect, and it was the only one that received 100% agreement from both faculty and students in surveys leading up to the production of that document. For more on that process, please watch the Transforming Talk, Writing Assignments, What Students and Faculty Should Expect. Even though this is obvious and students need to hold themselves accountable to ask questions, that's actually not enough to make it happen. In fact, not asking questions of the teacher is the norm for students. To do so requires a fair bit of confidence and willingness to stand out. Studies show that students report that they refrain from asking questions due to peer pressure. This particularly occurs if it means extending the class time in order to get the answer. They know that not everyone in the class cares as much as they do, and they can feel the angry glances or impatient stares at their efforts to get clarity. Also, students who arrive at SLCC have been through a dozen years or more of schooling in which they've been socialized to listen, to receive, or to take in knowledge as fairly passive agents. Most school systems don't encourage students, to put it lightly, to engage actively in conversations with their teachers during class. It can be hard to break through these norms. Adding to this mix of hesitancy is the inherent insecurity that most people feel about writing. Even those who consider themselves good writers will experience vulnerability when talking about their writing or sharing it with other people. While asking a question about a lecture point or the due date of an assignment is challenging enough, asking questions about writing is enough to completely shut down student engagement. The end result of this is too much confusion about writing assignments, and that can only contribute to writing that doesn't meet your expectations. To start off with a more solid foundation, therefore, it's up to us faculty to do what we can to help students feel comfortable talking with us about writing assignments. Here are some basic strategies that will help. First, if you don't already do it, provide a writing assignment distinct from a statement in the syllabus. This will provide students with something specific to refer to and thus lessen the generality of their confusion. Also, students know that faculty get frustrated about answering questions on something that's already in the syllabus, so a separate document, preferably on Canvas, gives them more confidence. See the Writing Across the College mini video, The Nitty-Gritty of Writing Assignments, for suggestions on what to include in your writing assignments. Even though your time is short and you have a lot to cover in class, it is worth it to take 5 to 10 minutes to introduce a writing assignment. Read through it or summarize it and point out the key elements and expectations. These few minutes will probably save you a lot of time in the future. Don't just ask, does anyone have any questions? Only the brave students will ask, and those are not the ones we need to reach. Another quick exercise is to put students together for a few minutes to ask each other about the writing assignments. Have them write their questions down for you. Take time at the next class to go through them quickly or to send a Canvas announcement with your responses. Depending on how long students have to complete the assignment, check in occasionally with them. Ask for a raise of hands from whom has gotten started on it. Ask for those who have had problems finding research. Ask if any students have visited the Student Writing Center for the assignment or perhaps the library. If they know that you are concerned about their progress and success, the more likely they are to ask you for your help. If you don't know the answer to a question that a student may ask, feel free to contact the Student Writing Center or the Writing Across the College program. Even though it can be scary to admit we don't know something, It can actually build trust and respect when we say we don't. If we then find out the answers and share them with our students, this can actually be transformational. Perhaps ironically, when we show them that we don't know everything, students are more likely to come to us for help. All of these suggestions do take time, but they don't take a lot of time. 5 minutes to introduce, and then a couple of 5 to 10 minute conversations before the assignment is due. You probably already spend that much time muttering over how many students didn't do the assignment right. This is probably a much better way to spend that time. If you are interested in looking more closely at writing effective assignments or in how to respond to assignments, consider registering for other videos and workshops through the Office of Faculty Development, or contact the Writing Across the College director at wac@slcc.edu, call extension 3232, or check out the website at www.slcc.edu/WAC.